CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Christmas tree ornament using a granny square. It's super easy, very beginner friendly, and I'm just so excited to be starting on some Christmas crochet projects. So if you would please like, share, and subscribe, hit that notify me bell below if you haven't already, and please share my videos. That helps more than anything, and I appreciate all of your support. I really do. So let's get into our materials for today. Also note that if there's anything I forget or that you don't hear, always look in my description box below because I try to put everything I can in there as well. For this Christmas tree, what I used was, and I've never used it before, I've been out of the loop for a while, but evidently we have some Red Heart granny square yarn. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a granny square using this yarn today as well. So that's going to be within the video. A lot of people either love or hate this yarn. I'm telling you, I'm really liking it. I don't like working in ends at all, and I think it works up really great. A lot of people complain that you have to undo your work, but once you get into it and you find the right hook, it really comes together pretty easy. You don't have to undo it that much for me anyway. So I'm going to try to help and teach you that. So this is the yarn that I used. I got it at Walmart. Also, I used a 6.5 millimeter hook with that crochet. I used some jute twine for my star and my Christmas tree bottom here. You do not have to do that. You can use regular yarn for yours, but I'm going to show you how to use the jute twine if you want to use that. And for that, I used a much smaller hook because I wanted the star to be much smaller. I used a 3.25 millimeter hook with the jute twine. And that's just because I wanted it pretty small for the top of my tree, and then I made a little loop with that. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle or a crochet needle, whichever you call it. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. Now I've bought several skeins of this yarn, and it starts exactly where it's supposed to. It also always comes out of the middle, which is just wonderful for a Walmart yarn. Like I said, I bought several of them just to see, and I never had a problem with there being a middle part. And I think that's because they know that this is a granny square yarn and they need to make it exactly the way it should be. So you always have a middle to pull. So yeah, I had no problem with that. I also had no problem with it starting at the exact same color where it was supposed to. These were things that I was worried about. So just to let you know, yeah, I think I bought 4 of them and they were all exactly the same. So it's going to start out with this dark blue, and we're going to make a magic circle. So this is how I do mine. Everyone does their granny squares differently, but this is how I did mine to make it work with the colors. So I start with a magic circle, not with a chain of 4 or chain of 6. Then I pull my magic circle down, and then I chain 2. Then I double crochet back into my circle 2 times. And that means we'll have 3, counting that first chain. Okay. Then we're going to chain 2, and you're going to put 3 double crochets. And I'm just crocheting normally. I'm actually a little bit loosely for the blue. Then I'm going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochet. Then I'm going to pull my magic circle tight, just like that. I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of my first chain of 2 here. And as you can see, we're going into the change of colors. And so this is what I do. Like I said, it's a little bit unconventional, but I'm going to slip stitch over to my corner. So one slip stitch and then another slip stitch and then one more into my corner. I don't care if my colors change in the slip stitch. I don't even care if my colors change at the beginning of a round. All that matters is that what you're looking at, these main ones, stay about the same. So now we're in a corner and I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to put 2 more double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to put 3 more double crochets. For this light blue color, I like to crochet a little bit more tightly. This one does not, this round and most of the following rounds want a little bit more of a tighter tension. So then I'm going to go into my next corner without chaining at all, and I'm going to put 3 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 2 and then put 3 more double crochets. Okay. Then I'm going to go into my next corner and I'm going to put 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Then into my next corner, 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Okay, now we have our 4 corners and we can slip stitch to the top of our first chain of 3 here. Just like that. Then we're going to slip stitch over to our corner. So I'm going to go into my next stitch and put a slip stitch, go into my next and put a slip stitch, and then I'm going to go into my corner and put a slip stitch. As you can see here, we're right at the color change. There's a little bit of blue there, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go a little, I'm going to go back just a little bit. And in this last stitch, I'm just going to work a lot more loosely. And then I'm even going to slip stitch loosely, slip stitch over loosely, slip stitch over loosely, and slip stitch right into here. And now we're at the color change. I'm going to chain 3. And see, as you can see, like right here, there's a little bit of blue. I'm not going to worry about that. It's still going to look wonderful. Okay. Then I'm going to put 2 more double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Again, these rounds require you to be a little bit tighter, this darker green. Then I'm going to go into my middle spot right here and I'm going to put 3 double crochets. Then I'm at my corner and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets. Then go into the middle and put 3 double crochets. Then into the corner, 3 double crochets. chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Then into the middle, 3 double crochets. Then into the corner, 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Then into the middle, 3 double crochets. And then you're going to slip stitch to the top of your first chain of 3. And then I'm going to slip stitch over. 1, 2, and 3. Now, as you can see, we've got quite a bit till we get to the light green. So now I am going to go back a little bit and loosen up my tension. This is kind of funny because usually this is not what happens to me. I think because of the video, I'm like crocheting a little bit tighter. So this is how it is with this work. You really have to get your tension just right. But it doesn't bother me to have to undo a little bit just so that I don't have to work in my ends. So I guess it's a personal preference. But honestly, as I get going on this, I get used to the tension that I need and don't have to undo it so much. So again, slip stitching to the first top of 3 there and slip stitch over. Now I'm just being really loose with my work here. And we're right there at the color change. Chain up 3 and 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Now guys, I do want to tell you, now that you kind of know what we're doing here for the granny square, if you're brand new to crochet and you're finding this difficult, I do have a beginner video below. But also, all that you're going to do now is you're going to be doing the 3 double crochet clusters in between each one of these and then doing your corner, okay? So I did want to tell you that. What I just wanted to do was show you how this yarn worked up. So I'm not going to keep going because it'd take forever and make this video really long, but that's basically what you do. So I just wanted to show you, and I will tell you, I tried several different hooks to see which one was the actual best for this yarn, and the 6.5 is the absolute best for this yarn. It works up the best. I know you saw me have to undo it, but really and honestly, it works really well. I've tried a 5mm, a 5.5mm, a 6mm. It just, the 6.5 is what works, okay? So yeah, this is a really fun yarn to use. So all you do is, like I said, if you're a beginner here, just keep doing your clusters here in the middle. Remember to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in your corner. And then after this round, you'll have a round of the cream, and then you will be all done. And then you can tie off. Because this is for this Christmas tree, I want to use this cream color, so I will pull out till I get to the cream and cut off a big piece, just because I want it to look right for when we do the Christmas tree. So you can think about that. You don't have to do that in the back. You could do a different color if you don't care. It just bothers me, so that's why I do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and get off some cream yarn, get it onto a darning needle, and I'm going to show you how to turn this into a Christmas tree. So go ahead and finish your granny square if you haven't already, and I'll meet you back up in just a second. What I'd like you to do first is work in your ends. So on camera, I'm going to work in one of these in case you're really new to crochet, so that you'll know how. So what I've done is, this is this piece here. I flipped my work over to the back. I'm going to work into the back of my project, and I'm just going to work my yarn into the back of these loops. I'm going to go different directions 3 times. 3 times is the charm. You can do more, you can do less, it's up to you. Some people like to knot off their work. It's however you like to do it, but this is just how I do it. Okay, so I've got that worked in there, and then I'm going to cut off. So what you're going to do is you're going to place it like it looks like a diamond. You're going to flip it over, and you're going to fold these pieces in just like this. So right here in the middle, you're going to fold it like this. Just like that. And then we're going to sew up here. And then this piece right here folds in like this. And then you flip it over and you have a Christmas tree. So easy, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to start right up here at the top, and I'm just going to be going back and forth. There's no in particular stitch. You can use any stitch you want to, but I'm just going to pull that in. I'm going to leave a little piece here to work in later. I'm just going to go through both sides, going in and out. Don't pull too tight, because if you pull too tight, then you'll pull this little piece in that you want to work in. I'm going right down here to the end, and then I'm going to fold this piece up like this, and then I'm going to sew down here, and then I'll sew down this way as well. Okay, and we're right here at the end. We're going to go through those 2 pieces there. And to get to the other side, I'm not going to put on another piece. I'm just going to work in and out and get right back over here with my yarn. And now we're going to work in this side over here and making sure to get the middle as well. We're going to make sure we get this as well, right to the corner. And then we're going to work in our yarn. So you can just go in and out. This is similar to amigurumi now because we have a middle, but I'm going to work it into the actual yarn just to make sure it doesn't come undone. Okay, 3 times. Then I'm going to cut off. And look at that. We have a beautiful Christmas tree. And we're going to work our end to our Christmas tree. The trunk, we're going to put it right here in the middle. That's where we're going to work it in. Okay, so for my trunk with my jute twine, I actually used a 4mm hook, and sorry I didn't say that in the beginning, but it will be in the description box below. So I'm going to pull in this jute twine. I'm going to make a single crochet there, and then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to put 5 double crochets into that spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to chain 3, and right into that same spot I'm going to go right back in there, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch. Okay, and there you've got a little trunk. Then I'm going to cut off, leaving enough to work in. then I'm going to just pull my yarn through, pull tight, and then I'm going to work in both pieces of this jute twine just like I've been working all my other ends. Okay? To start on our star, we're going to be using our 3.25 millimeter hook. We're going to make a magic circle with our jute twine here. And then into this magic circle, we're going to put 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's our 12 single crochets. You're going to pull tight on your magic circle, and you're going to slip stitch to your first single crochet there. Okay, now you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the second chain from your hook, you're going to put a single crochet. Into the third chain from your hook, you're going to put a half double crochet. And into the fourth chain, you're going to put a double crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch, go into the next, put a slip stitch. And then you're going to repeat that again. You're going to chain 4. Into the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet. And the third chain, you're going to put a half double crochet. And to the fourth, you're going to put a double crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch, go into your next, and put a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet. Into the third, you're going to put a half double crochet. Into the fourth, you're going to put a double crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch, go into the next, and put a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 4. These will be curling on you a little bit, that's okay. We can flatten them out. And then you're going to go into the second stitch and put a single crochet, into the next a half double crochet, and into the next a double crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch, go into the next, and put a slip stitch. And you're going to work one more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet. Then you're going to do a half double crochet. And then you're going to put a double crochet. Then you're going to skip a stitch, go into the next, and put a slip stitch. And now you've finished your star. Then you can cut off, leaving enough room to work in. You can also cut off enough to leave a loop at the top, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So cut off a long piece, and you're just going to pull that tight. Like I said, these will be curling on you, but they're malleable, so they're easy to adjust and turn how you like them. So you just pull tight on them, and then you get it the way you like it, okay? So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to go ahead and work in my ends. As you can see, the jute twine is making a mess on my white table here. Then I'm going to position this where I want it to make my loop. Okay, so I want this to come out. I don't want it to come out there in the middle. I want it to come out like at the top of one of the pieces like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just work my way over to that side. So I'm going to work like over this way. So like right over here. Just like this. And then I'm going to pull it back down like this. Going right over here. And you see now we have a loop here. So now what I'm going to do is make a knot around that. So I'm going to take this piece and make a knot. Just like that. And that can be pulled up that way. And then we're going to use this piece that's left to sew it onto the top of the Christmas tree. So you just put that piece right in there. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to add more jute twine, you feel more comfortable, that's fine as well. But I just like doing it like that. And again, you can move this any way you want. And then I'm just going to place it right here on top using my jute twine to work it in. Okay? Just like that. So then I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to go right through the middle of my work here, just like so. Again, you can place your star wherever you like. Just in and out of your work, just where it'll stay put. I'm going to do it one more time so the star doesn't move. And then I'm going to work this in on the side and the back of the star. Just making sure it doesn't come undone for later. Okay. And then I can cut off. And you see it's trying to curl again. All you have to do is just pull it down. It's just because I was working on it. And then I can pull my piece up. Now this star does look a little bit bigger than my other stars, and that's because when I'm working on camera, I try to keep my stitches a little bit looser so that you can see them. So when you go to do yours, you can make it much tighter by making your tension much tighter as well. But I want you to be able to actually see the stitches, so that's why that star looks a little bit bigger than my other one. Okay? So there we go. We've got a beautiful Christmas tree. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask below in the comments section. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All of those will be down below in the description box. And I'll see you again soon. Happy crocheting. God bless. Bye-bye.